Now is a good time to learn about encapsulation or information hiding, which is a key concept in object-oriented design. Imagine, for example, you have an alarm clock and it has some attributes, for example, the current time, the time it's set to ring, and whether or not it's currently set. And it can also have some buttons and some switches to set the alarm and to snooze, etc. To interact with the alarm clock, you really only need to know how to use the buttons, and you don't need to know how the alarm clock works internally to keep the time and to ring later on. In object-oriented programming, the corresponding mechanism that allows you to declare what's outside and inside is you can have attributes and methods to be declared public or private. Private members of a class, they can't be accessed from outside, meaning they can't be called or directly referred to in code outside of the class content. Public methods or attributes, they can be directly accessed from outside the class. You can do this using the dot notation, where you access a variable or a method by naming the object, followed by a dot, and then the name of the attribute or method. All public methods and attributes of an object collectively form its interface, meaning it defines how the object can interact with the outside world and what services it offers it. It is good practice to declare attributes as private to avoid accidental interference or some dependencies between classes. This design principle is called information hiding or sometimes encapsulation. Going back to the example of our alarm clock, imagine you can open the clock and turn a few levers and poke around in it. And this, of course, is not how it's intended to be used, and therefore you risk breaking it. So what if you want to access the values of an attribute from outside code? Now remember, you can define a method inside the class which manipulates the attribute, and the method can get any parameters that you want. So the idea is to introduce a public method to the class that does nothing else than getting or setting the value of private attributes. Such methods are often called mutators and accessors, or simply getters and setters. Finally, let's have a look at the UML diagram for our example class alarm clock. As you can see, we have these symbols minus and plus in front of the attributes or methods, and those indicate whether the attribute or method should be private or public. So here we have two private integer attributes, time and alarm, and we have two public methods, getTime and setAlarm. In the demo code below, we just create a new instance of the alarm clock class. The variable a refers to an object of type alarm clock. Now in line 2, we use the public getter method to get the current time and store it in an integer variable t. And in line 3, we use the public setter method setAlarm to set the alarm to a new value.